His books have sold over 200 million copies worldwide, and he's arguably one of our generation's best-selling thriller authors. But when Michael Crichton passed away in 2008, he left unfinished business. Michael's widow, Sherri, took his unfinished manuscripts to other authors to finish them, and his latest novel was written in partnership with the amazing James Patterson. So to tell us more, the two of them join us now. Please welcome James and Sherri, the DVL.
Together again.
See ya.
Yeah, friend of the show, Mr. Patterson, I have to say. My God, good to see you again. Sherri, I am such a fan of your late husband, such a fan. When did you decide yourself you wanted to finally finish Michael's book?
Well, after I found this partially finished manuscript, I thought I have to get it into the right hands. And it needed somebody who had the talent of Michael, who could keep it fast paced, who could also carry on the science, who could carry on these great characters. And that was 2 years ago. I had held on to it for about 12, wondering if I had all the research that backed up everything that Michael had done. And when I reached out to James and asked him, number one, is he a Michael Crichton fan? And number two, would he even consider doing this? Luckily, he said yes. And I kind of buried him with everything. I gave him all of Michael's research. I gave him all of the papers and video footage. And I said, okay, then let's play.
Wow.
So
do you have Dropbox?
And I was a huge Michael Crichton fan, huge. Loved all. I read everything that Michael's written, nonfiction and the fiction.
So that kind of leads to my next question. Why was it so important for you to preserve his archive?
That's a piece of it, to preserve it, to bring it out to the next. I'm sorry, Sherri. Just on my side, which is not as emotional as Sherri's. But you know, Alfred Hitchcock died. I'd love there to be like one more Alfred Hitchcock. And in this case, we get one more really big Michael Crichton, and that to me was an exciting thing to try to accomplish.
Wow. And James, I would love to peruse that bookshelf behind you. I can only imagine whose books are there. Speaking of books, James, Michael I think there's probably more than just his, probably some of his favorites. Michael was best known for his Jurassic Park series. How was it finishing Eruption? I have it right here, by the way. I love the cover. Without him to compare notes with, was that difficult?
No, it was a joy. I mean, he did a lot of research. I will say that. So there was a lot. As Sherri said, it did overwhelm me for a couple of days. But the amazing thing about the book is I've never had a book sell like this.
Wow.
It's just, and I've had a lot of #1 bestsellers. This thing is like flying off the shelves. We've got Father's Day coming up, so it's perfect for everyone who's got a father or a grandfather or anything like that. It was just such an exciting thing for me to try to do, to accomplish it. I came across a line, it's not my line, but it relates to this. And what it is my time here is short. What can I do most beautifully? And I think it's a great motivator, and it's something, and that's why I took this project on, because I thought I could do it beautifully.
Real quickly, Al, those are the kind of books that are in my dad's closet. Real quickly, that was from the last segment.
Well, you know, Sherri, I have to ask you, I've written a children's book, and I kept telling myself to keep working because one day I'm going to hold it in my hand. So I have to ask you, how did it feel like seeing and holding Eruption once it was printed?
It was the most amazing feeling to finally see the cover, all the pieces of the puzzle come together. It was absolutely extraordinary. And the #1 endorsement is our son. When he got to feel it and to see every step of the way, from his father's pages to the research to seeing everything that Jim did and to see it all completed, it's just wonderful. And to see, like Jim was saying, like it is flying off the shelves. I mean, everybody, all of my friends, people that I haven't talked to in forever are posting pictures of themselves and sending it to me. And it's so much fun. It's so much fun to see Michael back out there. And now with James, the two of them together, like this beautiful duet, but exhilarating, heart thumping, ride that Eruption is. It's it's more than I could have dreamed of.
I got to tell you, my dad's here. He's visiting for the first time. I texted him. He said, not only have I already read it, he works with Bob Barnett, your lawyer, who sold the book, which is great. But he just said every single person in D.C. has already gotten this book.
And did he love it?
He said it's
Loved
fabulous.
it.
Fabulous.
Oh,
So big shout out to you guys.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What an endorsement coming from Jerry,
Yeah,
too.
Jerry loves it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
James and Sherri, thank you so much for joining us. To our audience,
you so much.
you can get your copy of Eruption wherever books are sold. Thank you again, you two. Congratulations.